Hey, Shalom Saints. All right, welcome back to another one. This is going to be a lesson dealing with milk. Just a simple lesson dealing with the name of the Messiah in the Hebrew. I want to give our glory and praise and honor that's due to Yahawashi, Bashem Kodash. That's the Most High in the name of His only begotten Son and the Holy Spirit. And double honors to our leadership of the Church of Great Millstone, being the apostles and the elders. And and peace, mercy, and grace as always to the household of faith. The household of faith is the elect souls that are capable of receiving the truth, believing, converting, being healed, and ultimately set up for the salvation, predestined for the salvation that we preach and talk about, that pretty much the scriptures talk. We just interpret it and spread the good news, the gospel, right? So we can go ahead and start at what you're looking at here, which is the ancient Hebrew alphabet. We call it Paleo. Paleo is just another term for ancient. So the Paleo Hebrew or the ancient Hebrew, you go from right to left. This is where the alphabet comes from. All right, alphabet Abba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, La, Ka, Ta, Ka, Ya, Cha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, Ai, Pa, Ta, Za, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Ta. This is where, again, the alphabet we have today, the modern alphabet, all of these languages go back to the original language, which is the Hebrew language. This is the pure tongue, the pure holy language. So saying that, when you go to the Lord's name in Jesus, in English they say Jesus, Iesous. When you go into it, and we're gonna do it, it's translated from Greek. It's really the Greek word Iesous, which that comes from the Hebrew. But before I go there, I'm gonna get 1 Peter 2:1. It says, "Wherefore laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and evils and all evil speakings, as newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby, if so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious." And as newborn babes, he's talking to the believers who, being converted and basically being spiritually reborn, which ties into what Yahawashi was saying in John the 3rd chapter that he spoke to Nicodemus. It might even cross-reference that. Nope. But yeah, being newborn babes. And when you're dealing with babes, you have to deal with, they have to go from milk, or they have to start at milk first. It says, why do babies drink milk first before they eat? Babies drink milk first because their digestive systems are still developing, and milk, whether breast milk or formula, is especially designed to provide all the essential nutrients they need in an easily digestible form. At birth, their stomachs are small and can't handle solid foods. Milk contains proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, and antibodies that support growth and immune function. As babies grow, their digestive enzymes and motor skills develop, allowing them to gradually transition to solid foods, usually around 6 months old. So this is a parable in the scriptures. This same process is being parabolized in the scriptures. Newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that you may grow thereby, right? Because you start with the milk and then you go to the meats. Hebrews 5:12, it says, "For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God." Right, and let's talk about that. All right, because there's a point where you grow up in your life and you're taught a lot of things. You taught a lot of things and you learn a lot of things. And then at some point when you hear the truth and you receive it and convert, you basically are being taught again. You believing that the men that you're listening to have the truth, and you're having to abandon what you thought was true and basically be taught again. It says, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High. Right, this is the first principle. You have to, in order to be a great teacher, you have to be a good listener, right? You have to submit yourself to the master, Mr. Miyagi and Danielson. You have to be subjected to one that is greater than you, which tests your humility. Because sometimes you, especially if you're of a certain age, you want to be like, man, you younger than me. You ain't finna teach me nothing. You finna tell me nothing. It says, in our become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. Right. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age. So when the baby grows up and becomes a full age, now they can eat chicken. They've been smelling all this chicken in the house. Now they can have some. It says, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. What's that word full? Full age. Telios, brought to its end, finished, perfect. Pretty much sound like the Hebrew word tamayim, perfect, full grown adult or full age, mature. Yeah, when you mature, then you can eat the meats. So part of the milk of the truth is knowing the Hebrew, or basically learning the name of the Most High and His Son. And that's the beginning of everything. Like everything you hear, our leadership, their leadership, from the heads on down, these are men of full age. They're grown and they have more understanding, more revelations, more experience, right? But us younger, brothers, disciples, priests, etc. We are building up. We're maturing. We're becoming a full age, or we're still babes, and it's still essential to go into these basic things, right? So, because if someone say, well, break down this the whole Jesus thing, and we can just start at Revelation 1, right? The revelation of Jesus Christ. So we know that Jesus is what we say in the English. New Testament is translated from what? The Greek, right? Which is this word.
Strong's G 2424. Iesous. Iesous.
Iesous. And even in Spanish, which is a derivative of Latin, to this day, you have parents that still name their sons Iesous or Jesus. They say Jesus. Jesus. But it's the Greek Iesous. All right, now when you look into that, you have the root word or the etymology of Hebrew origin, right? So as we say, you might hear us say, his name isn't, Jesus or, Christ. He had a name. He had a Hebrew name. He was a Hebrew, right? He was a Hebrew. He was an Israelite descendant of David, right? Which is tribe of Judah. He was he descended from the line of Judah, which was a son of Jacob, also known as a Hebrew. Jacob, I did a lesson a while. Jacob is also known as I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was known as a Syrian, because he dwelt in the land of Syria, and at that time, you didn't have the term Israelites, but he would have been, what we call an Israelite, because he is Israel. So, he's the origin of Israelite. But anyway, that Hebrew origin is, you look at it from right to left. Now, this is the Syrian. This is the Syrian Hebrew. This is Yahawashi. All right. So when you read from right to left, well, this isn't the paleo, but from right to left, this is the Yah, the Ha, the Wa, the Sha, the Wa, the I. So it's really Sha, Wa, I. All right, but in the Paleo Hebrew, it's Yahawashi. Yeah, it's pretty much connected at the end. But you click on it.
Strong's H 3091. Yehoshua. And second entry, Yehoshua.
So you have some people that say that as Yehoshua, right? Yehoshua. They trying. Yeah, they working with what they got. But we know, based on the ancient Hebrew, this alphabet, there's only two sounds. You got Ah and I. All of the letters are Ah, or 99% of the letters are Ah. 1% is a I, which is the letter that's at the end here. It's an I at the end. Yahawashi. Yahawashawai. All right, so we translate that to English as Joshua. So really, technically, well, I want to say technically, but I don't know. I ain't gonna even put that out there. But Yahawashi. So, or some will say Yehoshua. That's why some people say Yehoshua, right? And some people even falsely say Yeshaya, which I don't even know how the hell you get Yeshaya. But I guess I can see it because you do have the root word here from Yahweh and from the word H3467 Yeshai, which is salvation, Yeshai. And then you got here a root word is Yahweh, which that's another thing, the Most High's name. I wanted to just hit the Messiah, but we can go ahead and add the Most High in there too. So Yahweh and Yeshai, you put them together, you have Yahawashi, which is Yahweh is salvation, or He is salvation. All right, the existing one, Yahweh. So that's why you have this in Proverbs. Okay, Proverbs 30:4. It says, "Who hath ascended up into heaven or descended?" And who do we know that ascended up into heaven? We know that Yahawashi was the last one to do that. Prior to him, we have an account of Elijah and we have an account of Enoch. But the last one we know that ascended, which means to go up into heaven, was Yahawashi, or descended. Who have gathered I gotta get ready to go. Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou can tell? The Most High. It's always been written. All right, he came in the volume of the book. It's always been about him. The Most High through his only begotten son. So I'm going to close that. I got to roll. Lord willing, edifying. Until next time. Shalom.